Year 2020 brings many popular returning anime series. Some of the upcoming slate of confirmed shows had their latest season fairly recently, while others have new continuation years in the making. Welcome back to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest video. Today, we'll give you the list of the best returning series anime in 2020. So here we go. Number 1. Tensei Shitara Slime Dataken. The title of an anime sometimes is enough to lure you into watching it. And Tensei Shitara Slime Dataken is a great example for that. From the name itself, many get an impression that it is going to be something very different from what they have ever seen. The anime started really well from the first episode. The main protagonist of the anime, who is a 37-year-old virgin, died with the last wish where he wants to be reborn as an overpowered who can get many goals as he wants. The comedy of the anime can be really subjective, depending on where you are from and what you are into. And of course, something that may be funny for the Japanese audience may not exactly to be appealing to the audience in the West. But even then, one can always differentiate between what might be potentially funny and what looks like a forced attempt to come off hilarious. Number 2. Haikyuu, To the Top. Haikyuu is a Japanese sport anime series based on award-winning manga written and illustrated by Haruichi Furudate. The manga was first published on February 2012. Following its publication, the manga was an instant hit. Unsurprisingly, the manga has been adapted into anime series, and the season 1 of the show premiered on October 2015. For those who are unaware, Haikyuu is Japanese word for volleyball, and unsurprisingly, the show is on volleyball and follows Soyo Hinata, a youngster who aspires to be an ace volleyball player. Inspired by watching a volleyball legend called the Little Giant during his childhood, Soyo grew up with dreams of becoming an ace volleyball player. In middle school, Soyo revives the volleyball club in his school and he leads his team to a tournament. However, Soyo's dreams crash down when his team's first match becomes its last, and they're brutally crushed by the team led by Tobio Kageyama. Number 3. Yakusoku no Neverland. Yakusoku no Neverland is probably the most hauntingly brilliant anime that has come out in the past decade. The horror genre has never really been a strong suit for most anime, and a lot of them try to get away by just portraying a whole lot of gore and violence. But surprisingly, Yakusoku no Neverland takes an entirely different psychological approach toward the genre and presents a story that chills you to the bone. Instead of relying on sudden scares or jump scares, this anime takes more subtle approach toward the horror genre and slowly build up tension over the span 12 episodes. Since the first episode, the anime is not even trying too hard to establish itself as a horror. You can sense that something is not quite right about the ideal orphanage setup that is being portrayed in it. Being a survivor thriller, for most the anime is going to be more like Pandora's box, full of unexpected terrifying surprises. Our advice to anyone who has never seen it before would be to dive right into it without expectation. Number 5. Magia Record, Puella Magi Madoka Magica Side Story. Madoka Magica franchise has been around for quite some time now. And what really surprising about it, that despite being a magical girl anime, it attracts all kinds of anime fans, even if you are a big fan of psychological thriller like Mirai Nikki or Death Note. Studio Shaft, known for creating anime shows like Bakemonogatari, has done a great job with the animation style of this anime, which basically encapsulates all the dark psychological theme. The creator just tried to trick you into believing that it is something you are familiar with, and that's when its amazing plot unfolds itself. The basic premise of Magia Record is quite similar to all the other different versions of the franchise, and this time it revolves around a magical girl named Iroha who is on hunt to look for her sister in the fantastical lands of Kamihama. Meanwhile, in Kamihama itself, Madoka is trying to look for a similar lost entity named Homura. Number 6. Danmachi. Danmachi has a rather intriguing plot, and the events in the show are based in and around the bustling fictional city of Arario, a labyrinthine city gateway to a most dangerous underground catacomb, which the folks simply call the dungeon. The name of anime references the harem trope, as Belle is utterly oblivious to the various women who were head over heels in love with him. Number 7. Strike Witches, Road to Berlin. A franchise that bleeds its anime nature, Strike Witches tells the story of an alternate version of World War II, one in which the world was invaded by aliens called Neuroi. Since these aliens have forms similar to aircraft, the militaries of the world came up with a similar idea. Young magically powered witches are chosen for their fighting ability to face off against the invaders. Strike Witches, Road to Berlin is one of several upcoming entries in the multimedia franchise that will be coming down the pipeline. Well, those are the list of the best returning series anime in 2020. Thank you very much for watching and see you guys on the next video. Bye!